with the father showing up. Chapter 48 of Mission Yozakura Family has just landed, and it just was a continuation from last week's chapter. This chapter just blew my mind and was just so fun to read that it was over in a flash with me. That I read it so fast to the point where I still managed to pick up a lot of the key points that we need to do. And we've learned a little bit of a secret near the end of this chapter as well, but we'll dive into that just in a little bit. But let's crack down to it. So this chapter opens up exactly where last week's chapter ended, with Matsumi about to, or has done, put some of the Yozakura blood within Tayo, and with Tayo then ends up getting a big power up to the point where he's managed to defeat the guy that infiltrated them in the flash, and his arm wasn't even regenerating either, and he just defeated him. He ended up getting a star in his eye, so he gets his first major power up within a shonen manga that we've seen. So this is a major power boost for Tayo. While this was happening, Shion activates her gaming ability and on an old frequency hotline to be able to contact all the family members. Those family members end up communicating and start planning and doing other things, like we have Kengo dressing up as Matsumi and getting nearly 100 of the men that were attacking the mansion forwarding further on. Now we continue on with this, and then we had all the other family members just doing their part just to get them away. One using a power that, like, using an equipment thing that puts them in like a trash bag. And then we had the older sis, Shinzo, I think that's the name, blowing them away. And then we have the oldest brother meeting up with the guy in the glasses and the mustache that we saw a couple of chapters back and last week. And we find out he's their father. Now, with that said, before we talk about that, let's talk about a little bit more about some of the quirkinesses of this chapter, like Matsumi actually just being very happy that Tayo is back to normal, is awake, is alive, is going and kicking, and that everybody's actually happy that Tayo is safe and Matsumi is safe. They're really happy with that, and I really do like that. I think the art was on point with this chapter as well this time around, and it really did feel like one of those chapters where it did feel like it was a fun read, a fast read, but I want more. Definitely now with how it ended on the end of this chapter, of the father being introduced, and I am curious about where this is going to lead next week, because we will have, next week will be the 9th. Oh no, we're on another week break, and no, it will be next Sunday. Next Sunday, yeah. Yes, be next Sunday. But everything is in tandem, and next week's chapter is going to be an even more interesting chapter, definitely with the introduction of their father now into the mix, because we know their mother passed away, hence why Matsumune became the head of the Yozakura family, because of her blood. While all the other siblings have special abilities, she's the head to be able to pass on these abilities and continue making the next generation of the clan to keep on, of the family to keep on growing. But we've got the father now introduced, and that is the main thing. Why has the father got that ring still? He shouldn't be having that ring now. I think that ring needs to belong, I think, to Tayo. That ring is now officially Tayo's in a way. Because if that's a ring with the same authorization codes and everything to activate hibernation within the mansion, that ring should have been handed back to the family, because that's the hard system and truth about this, that I have a funny feeling that's going to link into the whole Yozakura family's history and system, where if the previous head dies and then the new head marries the new husband, this case being Matsumune and Tayo, then the ring that the previous head's husband had has to go on to the next, to be given to the next husband, that is Tayo. That's really what I think is going on with this chapter. It's really one of those type of chapters that I think needs to be addressed. One of those issues of the chapter, as long as I know, should be addressed as well. But other than that, this chapter has been one of the greatest chapters. Oh, not greatest chapters. One of the best chapters I've read so far in the 48 long lengths of the chapters that it has, and it has been interesting to see where it has been going, because it has been one of those where, is it going to go this way? Is it going to go that way? And I think we're going to get a little bit of a slice of life, a few chapters now, because of a bit of a break. But we're still going to have a bit more serious chapter next week, I think. Definitely with the father showing up. And I'm going to hopefully learn a little bit more about him, because he suddenly just showed up. Well, he didn't really suddenly showed up. We just got announced that he is the father. But we got introduced to him a few chapters back in that hotel arc. But that's all that is the case. So pretty much, have I got a pop? Pretty much, that is it for this chapter. I did really enjoy this chapter really well, and I think it's one of those chapters where I would really recommend it, definitely in the whole. But I don't rate these chapter reviews, as you know, but I did enjoy this chapter. It was fun. It was exciting, because like I said, I couldn't stop reading it. I blasted through it. It was such an interesting chapter, to the point where I just read straight through the chapter, and it was just so good to read that it was one of those fun chapters in the long run. But yes, like always, comment down below what you liked and didn't like about this chapter down in the comment sections down below, and I'll see you later for the second chapter of the Burn the Witch manga by Tite Kubo. I'll see you then. Bye for now. See ya. Another great chapter this time around, guys. Very fun. It was definitely a fast read this time around, but it was a very fun read as well. Definitely with a lot of stuff introduced within this chapter. It was very great as well, like I mentioned in the main review. But if you want to check out my other reviews, you can check out whatever appears on the screen here. You can check those out. You can check out the playlist on my previous reviews of Mission Yozakura. You can also check out my recent review for Digimon Adventure 2020 episode 13 as well. You can check that out as well, because that should be appearing on the screen here as well. And if you don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, it goes a long way. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, click all, and you'll keep up to date with all my videos. Make sure you do it twice as well, just to make sure that you are getting notified. But other than that, I'll see you next time for the next review. Bye for now.